A question has been submitted. I've been following your posts, but still feel consumed by thoughts and an investment in what appears as my life experiences. Can you please shed some light on this? Let's consider an important and useful analogy that may provide some clarity. The finite mind, the mental apparatus, although it's definitely not an apparatus, projects an image of your identification as a temporary, vulnerable body with a name and history. The mind dresses that image up with constant changing thoughts, feelings, sensations, and relationships, etc. The finite mind also projects the appearance of various experiences consistently to keep the image of you focused and busily engaged, being the vulnerable, lacking, confused, frustrated, and limited image it has projected. For most, this is their life experience, and it revolves around seeking happiness and peace in an external, threatening world. In our analogy, the finite mind will be the ever-changing movie of life. Now, the infinite mind, as it's sometimes referred to, although it is the infinite awareness of the formless, eternal, unchanging, and untouched beingness in love that we are, before and beyond any movie of the finite mind. This awareness is and has always been and is available. It is aware of the finite mind's images and experiences, but it is never affected or changed by them. In our analogy, this infinite, unaffected awareness of our reality will be the eternal screen that all movies must play on. Many are invested in, distracted by, immersed in, and consumed by the mind's movies of projected experiences, and therefore believe that the mind's image of who they are must be real. The enticement of the mind's projections and the investment of time and energy dealing with the appearances of experiences reinforces the belief that I am this body, these thoughts and experiences. This is my life. I have no choice. This leads them to forget the eternal, infinite screen that has remained untouched, unchanged, and unblemished by any of the mind's movie antics. The finite mind has and will use a library of different themed movies to distract us from the essence of our eternal beingness. Memories of our youth, family, history, stories, regrets, successes, happiness, sadness, excitement, beauty, nature, relationships, movies regarding sickness, health, fear, lost love, new love, the roles, the labels, loss, birth, death, fear, tragedy, lack, limitations, even inspiring motivational movies, dreams, fantasy, and nightmares. We should not and cannot be surprised by any appearance of experience the mind projects. And we must recognize that this is all to affirm a vulnerable, limited, lacking, needy, fearful, and deteriorating self, a body and mind identity. The mind will suggest you try harder, do more, figure things out, assume control, use your intellect, learning, and experience. The mind will say you should be able to handle any movie that appears. This finite mind in busyness wants us to forget that any movie can be stopped, and when pause or stop is chosen, what is left and has always been available is the awareness of the formless, eternal, unchanging, and untouched beingness in love that we are. The only revelation that will bring on the pause or stop is the inner recognition in the moment of who you are believing you are in that moment. The vulnerable, limited, lacking, needing, fearful, deteriorating self as a body and mind identity, separate, desperate, and alone, trusting in the same old projection of what life is. Of course, the finite mind will play the movie that stopping or pausing is out of the question, that you are too busy, that life needs you, that without you, life will fall apart, that if you stop being you, things will be worse. Awareness and recognition of your present status in the moment, which in a nutshell is suffering, will immediately open the door for the awareness of the formless, eternal, unchanging, and untouched being in love that we are. And it will not take many moments of awareness, recognition, and glimpses of the awareness of the formless, eternal, unchanging, and untouched beingness in love that we are, before the finite mind loses its zeal for distraction and becomes a useful tool for the practicalities of life. The essence of who we are, before and beyond ideas and concepts of limitation and suffering, is the awareness of our formless, eternal, unchanging and untouched perfection as beingness in love. We must not let the appearance of any image or experience distract us from the eternal love we are. Be here now. It takes an instant of recognition and awareness to be the love we are.